this is the last session for today. I think everyone is going to tired. But anyway, save the energy because we have to go to the dinner again. Right? So I will start. So I am Dr. Noor, and my Burmese name is Oka Joke. And today I'm going to talk about the beard hair transplantations. As everyone is very new to it, I prepared it as like a very basic one. So today I will talk about the beard hair. Nowadays the beard hair transplantation is one of the implant procedure that growing demanding in the market. So when the patient comes to your clinic, not only for the hair transplantation, for the scalp, they might also need for the beard hair. So anyway, you will encounter when you practice for the hair transplantation. So I have no interest of my conflicts to declare my presentations. And as we already know that through the history, the beard resemble in various aspects of the culture, including the masculinity and wisdom, status, and religion devotions. It changes across the different civilization and time periods. So the data from the ISHRS say that it's increasing. The demand is increasing years by year. So, and let's find out about it. Let's explore today why and how, what the beard hair makes successfully. So let's take a look here. So normally we may think that for the beard hair transplantation only for the aesthetic appearance, but there's many indications such as like a scar due to the traumatic scar, especially after the accident or the lacerations, and also sometimes we have like a post burn scar that already have alopecia, and also the surgical, such as the maxillofacial surgical, and also the periodontomy or any other incision that along the beard hairline. So in this part, we can do the beard hair transplantation for the appearance. And for another one, traction alopecia, especially in the Indian Sikh population, they have like a frequently growing of the beard. So actually, when for the first time, they might not have like a permanent hair loss, but gradually and chronically, it will induce to the permanent hair loss. And another one is congenital here. It is a very quite rare genetic problem. The affected infant usually grow the hair when they are born, but after a few months of their life, it's shed and also disappear totally. And like with the congenital here, there's like a hypotrichia. It is the hair bulb is still a few hair bulb is still growing, but the hair will be short and also very fine and very few. So of course nowadays we have like many society for the LGBTQ, and they would like to have like a gender affirmation, especially for the females and male patients. So especially for those kind of people, they would like to do for the gender affirmation by the beard hair. Even though the testosterone hormone therapy might induce the hair to grow, but the density will not cover for the masculinity. So we need a beard hair transplantation, and of course the previous transplanted beard we have to cover it again because one setting might not be enough. Okay. And before we going to talk about the look or how we going to plan for the design and for individually, we have to know about the anatomy. So for the beard hair transplantation, we have to know for the area that we are going to mainly focus on it. So we can divide it into the frontal zone and the lateral zone, and in among these zones, the best that the goatee and sideburn, beard, and jaw beard are the area that we are going to prioritize. But because of the direction of the hair of the beard, we can if we implant if we implant enough density for this area, it can cover to the inferior border of the beard hair. So how we gonna determine for the lateral portions? At first we can draw the two lines. So the line is joining the glabella to the angle of the mandible, and another one is the line that can join the angle of the mouth to the tragus again. So there's a one intersection. So that intersection can determine that your cheek beard will have to implant below that line. Okay. Otherwise, if you go up too much, it's gonna be like it's nearly like a monkey, right? Yeah. So another one, for the borderline of the cheek beard, you have to always put a line below the yellow line, the second line. So as I already mentioned, which part of the area is very important for us. But in the HRS observations that the strong body and strong cheek beard are the most important for the patient that would like to get it. So when we do the beard hair transplantation, of course we can harvest from many parts from our different parts of the body. So but for the we to get the density and also the quality, the scalp hair is the best choice. So what we have to know what is the difference between the beard hair and scalp hair. The beard hair, for sure, basically it's coarser than the scalp and different elliptical in shape. And another one thing that you can see the morphological characteristics. So as we already know that if they grow for the hair and the scalp can grow up to 100 to 1000 millimeter in length, and also beard both the beard and mustache can grow up at 50 to 300 millimeters. So it can equivalently that we can choose for the choice for the beard hair transplantation. So why we use for the beard hair transplantation by using the scalp hair? It's because of the abundance that we can harvest sufficiently. We don't need to worry for the donor area, not enough. And also it's permanent, and also it's adaptable. For the permanent, that I would like to say is, even though the hair graft might affect by the DHT hormone, but we can locate the most safe donor area. It is the mid-occipital region. So this is the region that we can choose the similar caliber and a texture that almost equivalent to the beard hair. Yeah. So the planning, how we gonna plan? So there's a many areas that I already mentioned. Is eight area, right? So according to the 8 area, according to the nature of the hair, we have to follow the nature to get a natural result. So in each area, we have to know how density and in which direction and in which number of the hair right now we have to implant. So for this one, actually when the patient comes, you have to assess and decide and design according to the demand and the patient individually. So this number of the graph I meant for a trick here, okay, and also hypotrick here. But in case the patient already have beard but they would like to come to correct at your clinic, you can take a lower number of the graph for each individual. So for the mustache and goatee, that is the frontal zone of the beard. So this part we have to aim and target for the higher density. So for this area we need 1000 and 1100 grafts are needed to reconstruct here. And in which direction? Yes, of course its direction is the downward, and density per 1 centimeter square is like 35 to 40 polymer units per centimeter square. And for the mastec, we can divide it into the two layers, the upper and the lower. As, and also we can create a like layering effect. So in case we implant for the mastec for the upper breast with a higher density, and when the mastec is become longer, right, it can cover the lower part. So in case the patient doesn't have like enough donor hair, we have to think for about that. So, but for this case, for this thing, we will use the single hair graft for the borderline. In case you use the 2 to 3 hairs, the result will be a natural result. But anyway, for the basic concept, any borderline or any borderline of the hair transplantation, including the scalp and excluding the beard or everywhere, for the if you would like to get a soft filler, you have to use one hair follicular units. Yes, for the goatee also we need a higher number of the graft, and the direction have to be downward, and the same density number for 1 centimeter square. So and the angle is more acute angle, but this area you have to be aware of one thing. If you implant so deeply, you can punch, you can pierce the labia submucosa, even you can touch the teeth because it's too thin. In case you, so that's why we have to implant for the acute angle. And for the lateral planning, for the side bend, we have like 3 areas that we can prioritize. But among the 3, the side bend and cheek beards are the most important. So for all total, we can target like 1,400 to 1,500 grafts. And for the side bend, 200 grafts per each. The direction downward, and for the lateral parts, you can reduce the lower density. And of course, this one also we can create a like overlapping and also the layering effect. So for the lateral parts, this part is the most important because it frames your face. So we can divide it into the border and the body. But for the border, as you can, every border, if we can use with a one single hair, it will be softer look or like feathering effects. So we need to implant lesser density with the hair, single hair. For the cheek body, yes, of course we can increase the higher density because it can give the maximum effect of the beard hair, and so we can implant 2 to 3 hair in this area. So for the jaw beard, as the body and the border of the border of the cheek beard, after we implant, it can cover the jaw beard too. So another important thing is like to identify the nerve. So this is the local anesthesia. In this beard, local anesthesia is different from the hair transplantations of the hair, right? So for this one, we have to target for the auriculotemporal, infraorbital, and mental nerve, lumbar nerve, and field block. So for the auriculotemporal, we can it's anesthetize the area of the ear and also the extended ear and parotid gland. So when you locate, where to locate, it's at the same line of the tragus. But in this area, you have to be aware. There is like a superficial temporal artery. So you firstly palpate the position where it is located, and after that, behind it, you can inject. But whenever when you inject it, local anesthesia always draw back. And for the infraorbital area, you can choose and you can approach it in the 2 different ways. The first way is a transcutaneous route, and another one intraoral route. So the transcutaneous route, it's along the midline of the midpapillary line, and 6 to 10 millimeter below the infraorbital margin. But in this region, you cannot inject into the foramen directly. It's dangerous. So another one approaches like the intraoral, and you can inject the gingival labial sulcus within the canine and breast premolar. And the method that is the same as the intraorbital, and it's also there's like a two-way to. Normally, the plastic surgeon will approach with the intraoral routes. But anyway, if you inject the facial artery, it's too painful. So you have to inject one nerve per nerve. And the long per nerve, it is important. Sometimes we might not inject for the long per nerve. If you didn't inject it won't be enough. The patient will give you the complaint about the pain. So how we gonna inject? It's usually superior to the lateral and superior to the angle of the mouth. And after that point of the mouth, you can inject firming methods. So it's safe for the pain. And another one, free block, is there is a phenomenon and concept is that we will inject that's at the same as the rim block and also the judicent. So when you can approach the first step is like you can start from the front of the tracheus and go down to the angle of the mandible, and after that you can along the inferior border to the midline. And when you inject it along the way, it's covered the inferior part. But for the superior parts, from the tracheus to the angular mouth, you can also inject that one. So it can cover all of the pain that we are going to work for the BA transplantations. So for the complications, might have like a bumpiness and irregularity and swelling and redness, because we use like 3 times for the local anesthesia for the hair transplantation. So they might have like a swelling and redness and also the bruise. And in case you implant too deeply, it will injure to the labia mucosa. And sometimes you might encounter one thing that after you have done for the beard hair transplantation, the patient will definitely, for my case, definitely will have like a transient facial paralysis. Because I would like to explain this too. In case if you encounter, don't panic, it's only for temporary, because we inject the local anesthesia for so long and also with higher amount. And another two things is about another type is when you implant to the on the beard hair area, you might injure to the muscle too. So in that case, the muscle will be paralyzed for a while. So along with the facial paralysis for temporary, there is like a grouping on the slide also coming up. So for this kind of patients, we have to instruct after post-operative you to only take for the semi-solid or liquid food for the maybe 1 or 2 days. And as you already know that when we do the beard hair transplantations, this beard part is always moving and also flexible. So whenever you implant the right angles and directions, there is a risk of the changing of the desired angulations that we are going to target. So, okay, I have been talking a lot about the beard hair transplantation in clinically and medically. So let's take a short tour to open for 2 minutes. So in Chinese facial techniques, the beard we in Chinese we call feng shui. Right? Yeah. In feng shui, it actually in Thailand it's popular because even when you do the rhinoplasty, they have they can choose the time and also the shape. According to that, you would like to get maybe success or fame or maybe the menu. Yes, it's according to the feng shui the surgeon will make for you according to that one. It's quite interesting. But in case if you interested, I will direct to him on that clinic. So in feng shui terms, the beards correlate to the wisdom and also the masculine and also the lucky and for the wealth too. So for the beard, that resemble a symbol of a masculine and authority, and the chin and the jaw. If you have a hair at the chin and the jaw, it is we call like a earth place. It is the foundation of the wealth. So and also associated with the wisdom. So let's imagine that if a patient comes to your clinic, we do for the we do for the beard hair transplantation, right? So we give him like the density and symmetry and also the directions. But maybe we are secretly being a fortune enhancer, you know, right? So okay. So whether you believe in the feng shui or not, we know one thing about that. Yes, about that is like what after you do the hair transplantation or be a hair transplantation, the people change everything, like the confidence, the happiness, and also the people who responds in which way to that is totally changed. So it is the real power for the like result. So maybe you need to wait for like 1 year, but after 1 year, it is totally changed. So let's go back to the 1 year result. So this is my patient, 28 years old, and he has a history of the accident. After he got an accident, as you can see, maybe you can see here. This is the post-operative scar. But when he got the accident, he had to fill it up with a skin flap from here. But unfortunately, the surgeon quite secure for this one, prepared for this one. But when the hair grow up, is wrong directions. The hair grow upward. You know, here. So the hair will grow like this. Actually, have to be like this. But because of the skin flap, it's in wrong directions. So I have to record this one. And another one thing his demand is like he has a beard hair, but he would like to full look. So I designed for him and I filled it up for the post-operative scar and with the 1,500 only. So normally when there is people when there is a client that don't have like any hair, you might need 2,500 or maybe around 2,000 rand. But I did it with 1,500. So this is after treatment result. It's more attractive and also the like can cover the head pain point. So this is before and after, and before and after. And here you see I advanced like cheek beard, the border like this. It's more attractive for him. He quite satisfied with the result. This is only treatment result. So I wanted to say that you invest you invest 1 day for the patients, but after 1 year it's very you will get like many great things. Because whenever they watch in a mirror, they will remember you. Okay. Okay, any questions? This is my end of my